What's up guys, and welcome back to a brand new video. So today's video is going to be a collab with Abbie Bishop Vlogs. If you don't know who that is, that's Abbie right there. She's part of the Upside Down Photographers squad, which is my squad. And if you haven't checked out that the first episode, here is a little preview of the first episode. So here's a little preview. Bang in the middle.
4 minutes, yeah?
Bang in the middle. I want a good composition. So that was like the first episode ever. It was the Ugly Location Challenge. If you haven't seen it, link will be in the description and a card up in the left hand corner. So today's collab is with Abbie Bishop Vlogs. I've asked Abbie some questions about her experience of using auto mode. So if you don't know what auto mode is on your camera, if you're a beginner, auto mode is when you put all your settings in auto, and like the auto button. If you want to grab a quick picture, you would put it in auto mode, but once you're a beginner, that's okay. But if you're more experienced like me, I've been doing photography since I was 14, 3 years. I'm 17 now, so 3 years. And if you're like 3 years more experienced, you shouldn't be using auto mode. So switch to manual, because manual gives you more, like you can get used to the shutter speed, the aperture and the ISO, and get the correct exposure, so you can get the most beautiful picture that you want instead of just auto. Because it's okay if you're a beginner, but I'm going to switch you over to Abbie now to tell you about her experience of using auto mode. So moving on to Abbie.
Guys, hi, I'm Abbie and I'm going to be answering a question of what my first experience was using auto mode. When I first started doing photography, I used auto mode all the time because I didn't really understand my camera settings very well. But then as I started to progress and learning photography, I started messing around with the other settings, with like landscape, portrait and stuff like that. But when it comes to auto mode, it was sometimes it was really good. So like if I was out and I just needed to take a quick shot, it was fine. I could use it very easily. Like if I was doing a landscape or a quick photo of like a family or something all together, that was really easy. But when I was doing it in like portraits, like trying to get detailed shots or like really close up, it really wasn't working because the settings needed to be changed and the camera really wasn't picking up on what I needed. So it's good if you want to take quick shots, but when it comes to really detailed and in-depth shots that really need a lot of work doing to them and like adjusting the settings according to lighting and background and stuff like that, it really doesn't work for me. That's just my personal preference, and that's why I don't really use auto mode anymore.
That was Abbie's telling you her experience of using auto mode. So I'm going to answer the next question. The next question I have got, which I'm going to answer, was when did I start using manual mode? I started using manual mode when like a couple of weeks into when I started photography. So I started photography when I was 14 in high school, and I learned, the first ever thing I learned was composition. So I studied, I searched up on YouTube composition about photography, and one of the videos I watched was about manual mode, and I started mucking about with manual mode and searching up about the shutter speed, what that meant. I searched up about aperture to get like different apertures, and like the ISO, what all that meant. So that's when I started using manual mode. I'm going to switch you back over to Abbie, and she's going to tell you her favourite thing about photography, and I'll see you after Abbie and I'll tell you about my favourite thing about photography. So let's switch over to Abbie.
The next question I've got is what's my favourite thing about photography, and I think Mark answered this really well as well. Basically, My favourite thing about photography is of how much you can learn, and you're always learning different things on the go. If you're in a new location or trying to mess around with the settings on your camera, it's always changing. Like, it's not something, you start off with a normal camera and you can upgrade your camera, you can change the lenses, get filters, accessories, you can change location, travel, change the settings. It's always changing and you're not just stuck with one thing. And I think that's one thing that that's great about photography and I really enjoy, is that you're always learning and you're always changing. In a sense, you're always learning different things about locations and stuff, so it's always something that you're learning, and I love that. That was the best thing about photography for me. Favourite thing to photograph is probably landscape. I love doing sunsets, that's my favourite thing, but I also love doing a lot of different locations, but mostly I just focus on sunsets because I just like, it's really relaxing for me to watch a sunset as well, because I suffer from anxiety, so I really like it and it's really calming for me, so that's why my favourite thing is photographing. That's why my favourite thing is photographing sunsets.
So my favourite thing about photography is that there's so much different things about photography. It's not just the same thing over and over and over again. For example, if you were a construction worker or like beauty or something, I don't know, whatever you want to do. And about photography, there's so much different things that you can do. Like, you can do wedding photography, you can do nature photography, landscapes, sunsets. Like, there's so many different things. Like, you can go like travel, like so many different things, and you can be super creative about it if you think and be creative about it. So my favourite thing about photography is that I learned what still wheel photography is. If you don't know what still wheel photography is, I'll put some pictures up on the screen right now. I did make a video about still wheel photography in my last channel, but if you guys want to see a video about still wheel photography, make sure you hit the big like button. This is going to be the end of the video, but before we end the video, if you want to go and check out Abbie's video, I am doing a collab with her, so link will be in the description to her video. We done a video on her channel about what was our first experience doing photography and why we continued doing photography, so if you want to check that video out, link will be in the description to Abbie's channel. I'm going to let Abbie do the outro for this video, so I'll see you guys next time. Roll the outro, Abbie.
I hope you liked all my answers for my questions. So I'm Abbie, my channel link will be in the description. I also have on my channel, it's Abbie Bishop Vlogs. I'll probably pop it on the screen right now. If you like this video, guys, make sure you give it a big thumbs up. Make sure you click the subscribe button and also click the notification bell so you get notified every time Mark uploads a new video.